Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I am Harbinger, the Pentagenarian, and today is supposed to be Folksy Friday, and I am going to be looking at everything from generalized folk music, and that extends into things like Heilung or um, Nitland or Wardruna to folk metal. And today is going to be neither of those things because even though some people might call it rap, I don't think what REN does can necessarily be pigeonholed into that category. I look at the way he writes songs, their content, and their meaning. I look at the way he performs, and I see, I think the best way to put it would be I see shades of Arlo Guthrie and even possibly Bob Dylan because he's up there by himself with a guitar performing. I might get some flack for that, but in his performing ability and his songwriting skills, every time I've seen Ren, it blows me away. He is a unique performer with a unique talent. So, that being said, I am going to start into the Money Game trilogy. Today I will be reacting to Money Game 1 and 2, because I know the second one is short. I'm glad it is a lyric video because the closed captioning on most of Ren's things is absolutely horrendous. So, we're going to examine this, we're going to get into it, and I'm going to listen to and comment on Money Game Parts 1 and 2 by Ren. So I'll stop yammering now and we can start watching the video. Alrighty, here we go.
It's a strange time we're living in. War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, stripe fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose who's fooling who. A ball chained to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole war burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 a storm it comes our way, and those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game. Stop. Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate, when it makes us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth, that's my right to hate, that's freedom of speech. But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murder like savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant, cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent. I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome, and also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat. The same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions aren't our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right. In the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way. And those who rise to distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game.
I'm going to pause here before going into part two, because the vibe that I got off of that, lyrics again, the way he writes is absolutely phenomenal. Bringing in examples that display the hypocrisy of a general attitude or mindset. There's two things that I thought about while watching this, and the first was a play written by Jean-Paul Sartre that was called No Exit. And it is a play in which there are people placed in hell, or basically what their hell is. It is a room with no exit. And there, I want to say it's 4 or 5 individuals are placed in there, and their punishment is to spend eternity with each other. And it's designed where each one is like the polar opposite of the other, and it creates this situation where for all time they must endure one another's company. And I believe the biggest catch is that they have no eyelids. So not only must they endure the speech of these people that they loathe by nature, they also must constantly look at them. The other one that I got from that popped into my head while watching this is a short story written by Harlan Ellison, which is I have no mouth but I must scream, in which you find the story of this group of humans that have been put into a game, And the whole purpose of the game is for the antagonist to entertain itself with the suffering of the participants. And at the very end, all but one participant has managed to end their lives. And in order to continue its mirth, the antagonist basically turns the protagonist, if you would even want to call him that, into really a mindless blob of nothingness with no mouth, and who must then endure the torture of its antagonist for eternity in that state. And thus the title of the short story of I Have No Mouth, But I Must Scream. So I'm getting that feeling from the lyrics in this and the picture that Ren is painting. I like Ren because he doesn't pull punches. I think it's very interesting, and I am looking forward to looking at part 2 and then doing a quick how I felt about that one. I like his stuff because it is thought-provoking. So I'm going to stop yammering about that. We're going to go into part 2. Part 3 will be taken care of on a different reaction, probably this weekend at some point. So here's part 2.
Strange time we're living in, panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America, Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on. Needlessly bleeding, resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game. This old money is a game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells cause there's loads on the sand. Step 1, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step 2, gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a show, then you're just a fucking waste man. 3, it's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be a new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4, expand, expand, expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. 5, why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6, guns, sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock. 7, press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes, then run to be the president of the United States. 8, big smile, make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated, tell lies out the gate. 9, polarize the people, controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10, the world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore. Rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game.
let us talk about that one as well. I think one of the things I enjoy most about Ren's music and his lyricism is that he not only evokes, but he also provokes. And in watching this and looking at the lyrics, it again brought me to a different place other than the first one. And this one made me think of the, it was a comic actually, before it was a movie, and more so the comic. Um, but the movie did a fairly good job, which is V for Vendetta, because the commodity in that movie was the cure for the sickness that was created by the government. And I think that is a good analog to the story that's being told here. No one wants it if it doesn't have a purpose, so you make it scarce and then give it a vital purpose, which is exactly what they did with the virus in that particular movie. And it showed basically step by step how the existing government of the dystopian world that V for Vendetta existed in came to power. And a lot of people, when they watch that movie, it really resonates with them. This taps into the underlying theme, not necessarily that, there's it doesn't go into the depth of the depravity, but in a way it does, because this is talking about, commodifying something we just don't fucking need. Um, and it, creating a theoretical need for something. For example, um, something like diamonds. What makes them so expensive? Their scarcity, but do you really need a diamond? No, but in our minds, they have all this value because they're so beautiful. And they're really nothing more than rocks. They have uses, but if it was strictly for their industrial type uses, they wouldn't be as valued as they are. It's a lot. You don't need to cut a diamond to get dust from it, so to speak. You could just grind it up if you could use something like a diamond tipped drill, or something more of a practical use. But through the process of desiring something, it has given it value, and it's really the truth for anything out there. A book that was a first edition can sell for thousands or millions of dollars, but it's just nothing more than pulverized wood with ink on it. The concept of value is something that is implied and given by those around us. If you were freezing to death and the only source of heat that you had were, say, the Gutenberg Bibles, and you were about to die, or there's 5 of these things, let's say. I don't know how many there actually are in existence at this point, but let's say all 5 of them are sitting there, and you have a choice of, well, do I survive the night, or do I not survive the night and keep these things, of value? Well, now let's remove a whole bunch of the population. And all of a sudden, you're down to one of the last remaining survivors of the species. They are now kindling. So there is no intrinsic value. All values are set by those that wish to possess it. And I think he does a very good job of putting that in words that everyone can understand. And again, he does not pull punches with this. He goes straight to it, and in a very, very well, what's the word I'm looking for? A very well spoken and well written way, explains the absurdity of the way we value things. And it definitely causes you to pause for a moment, if you are so inclined, to consider this, to consider what is really the value of something. Do we all need cell phones? Need? No. Want? Yes. Therefore, they have value. So if no one ever used them, they would be selling for a dime a piece. because they begin to get overstocked to at least make something off of what they invented. So it's interesting. And I like the way that he brings us into it. Um, he is an incredible artist and lyricist and even music writer. And this is a third and fourth song no, actually fourth and fifth song that I've listened to that Ren has created. And I've yet to find anything to fault him with. So I'm going to give that 2 thumbs up and stop yammering. So we're going to end it here. And if you enjoyed my reaction, if you enjoyed my yammering on about what it brought to my mind, then click like. If you've been here before and you're not, well, why don't you click the subscribe button as well? If this is your first time, then at least give me a like and consider subscribing. I will be doing more Ren because I think he is an artist worth reacting to and putting his music out there for people to enjoy, and possibly not going to say adding something, but creating a level of this is how it impacts me, because I'm sure his music impacts everyone differently. So you all take care. Take care of yourselves. Be good to one another. And I will see you next time. And please remember, don't be a dick. The world has enough of them. Until then, bye bye.